Hey, what's going on? Trip Kramer here from tripadvice.com. Are you on TikTok? Do you ever go on TikTok and scroll and see the crazy videos on there? I'm on there. I'm actually on there too, producing content. So you can check me out. It's just TripAdvice. I'll put a link down below if you want to check it out. Anyway, I'm on TikTok and I create little videos about dating advice, sex advice, and relationship advice. So I did one today that's going to explain the technique I'm about to tell you right now. And they actually removed it. The community guidelines apparently I did not follow. So they removed that content, and now I get to share it with you here today, which I was going to do anyways. But still, it's crazy how it's a little bit more loose here on YouTube than it is over there on TikTok. Anyway, you want to check me out? Go ahead. Again, link down below. Let me tell you the technique. So the technique that I'm teaching you is going to help you with reciprocity and also having a better time in the bedroom. So when you're with a woman and you guys are getting it on, she's going to have a really good time and she's going to want to reciprocate because you are pleasing her. And that's going to make for an overall better experience. Also, in many cases, it's going to turn you on as well, right? A lot of guys get turned on when they are turning on their partner, and of course, vice versa. So the technique that I'm talking about is when you are doing oral, okay? So when you are in foreplay and you're giving her oral, one of the things you want to think about, which is very counterintuitive, is how you're going to use your tongue. So a lot of guys, what they do is they use the very tip of their tongue to stimulate her clitoris, right? So that's just something that's very, again, intuitive, right? It just seems like, okay, that's what you're going to do. That's how you use your tongue. And you feel like you have to use the tip of it. But really, the counterintuitive approach that's going to feel better for her is using the center of your tongue, the more fatty part of your tongue. And when you're doing that, it's more surface area on her pleasure zone, which is going to then turn her on more. So think about it even in reverse. Think about it if it were for you, right? It'd feel better that she would be using more surface area. So it's the same thing with her. This is such an easy, quick hack, something you can implement right away. So when you are with the woman, when you guys are getting it on, use this technique and she's going to love it. And it's interesting because she's not even going to be able to tell why you're doing such a good job. Like, she can't really tell. She's just going to know that it's feeling really good. Real quick, I just want to say I do have a whole course that gives you different tips just like this. It's called 33 Magic Moves, 33 different moves that you can use in the bedroom with the girl to turn her on and turn you on as well, and teach you how to be a master in the bedroom. I'll put a link down below. It is a paid course, so it is something that is not free, but it is something that's going to help you tremendously become a rock star in the bedroom. So check that out. There's 33 magic moves, and no, this one is not included in it. Now, another tip that I want to give you that's going to go along with this whole using the fatty part of your tongue technique is you want to make sure that you're going slow, okay? I do say this on a lot of videos, but I have to repeat it because I do think it's one of the most important tips in terms of getting her turned on. Because a lot of guys will go fast, move fast, because a lot of guys are just boom, they're ready to go, right? But for a woman, it takes time for her to get turned on. So when you're using this technique, make sure you're not doing it like completely fast and sloppy. You can at some points, but most of the time, I want you to be moving slow. And here's another very, very important tip here. And I'm so glad you're with me because this is key. We think that we have to give some sort of variety of moves, right? Like we think we have to be going fast and then slow and then use the stiff part of our tongue and use the fatty part of our tongue and kind of do all these unique things and go crazy. But really what's going to turn a woman on is going at a very similar speed and sticking to the same part, okay? So that means you're going to be doing a lot of repetitive moves when you are going down on her, or maybe if you're just using your fingers. Everything's very repetitive. And that's because it takes that same motion over and over to really turn her on. What happens is when you're going at different speeds and doing too many crazy things, it doesn't really get the focus in there. And for a woman, there needs to be a lot of focus. She's going to completely love you for this and hopefully reciprocate. And I should say this. If you are doing this for a woman and she's not reciprocating, understand that this is not a woman that you should be with, that she's a very selfish person. We do not want to surround ourselves with women who are not going to give back. So yes, I know it sounds a little bit like, okay, we're only doing this to get something back, but really you got to understand that when it comes to sex and sexuality, I do believe there should be a balance. Everyone should be getting what they desire in the bedroom. So make sure that you are having fun and you are doing the things that you want to do, of course with consent, but making sure that everyone is happy. And this is going to take care of the part for her to be happy. So implement it, have fun with it. Don't forget, if you want to learn more moves for you and her, check out 33 Magic Moves, where I actually have demos. They are PG-13, I'd say, demonstrations of some of these moves so you know exactly what to do and everything is completely clear and understandable. Check that out in the link below. Hope this technique helps, and I'll see you on the next video.